welcome to my channel. My name is Camille. I'm going to show you guys how I did my very own knotless braids. I did these braids all by myself and it took me a total of 2 days. And that's because I realized that the beauty of the style, 50% of it is the neatness of your parts and the other 50% is how well the braid looks. While I was doing my braids at 2 a.m., my parts were a little raggedy, and so I had to take like half of my head out and redo them the next day to get neater parts. I'm going to show you guys just very briefly how I accomplished this style on my own. I'm just going to show you my technique probably like once or twice. I only did it very briefly because like I said, this was my first time, so I spent a lot of time in the bathroom mirror. I will also link the video that I watched that I found very helpful in my description box below, and you all can check out that video. You guys can check that out for further research. But nonetheless, I'm going to show you how I did it on myself, so that you can have inspiration to do it on yourself. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I achieved how I did my own knotless braids on my own head by myself, looking all professional, looking like I just came from the shop, then keep on watching. So for braiding hair, I used 3 packs of this Braid Babe brand. It comes with 3 bundles of the hair. It's already pre-stretched, and it says it's water setting, which is great for the ends, and it says that it's itch free, so meaning that it doesn't have that chemical that causes your scalp to itch. But I still did an apple cider vinegar bath for all of my Connect-along hair, so I would suggest get about 9 bundles of Connect-along braided hair. And then if you're doing it yourself, you're going to need a mirror. You're going to need 2 types of styling gel. So I use one that has a strong hold, and I use one that is more conditioning. And then you need some scissors, you're going to need some clips, and you're going to need a comb. Knotless is just like the feed-in method, so I already pre-sectioned out small sections of the hair that I'm going to be using to add into the individual braids, and I just lined them up against my banister because I didn't have a rack. This is the hair that I've done thus far, and you'll see that they look pretty good. I redid half of my head to straighten out the parts. The back 2 rows look a little rough because I didn't redo those. Those are my trial and error rows. But the rest of the hair looks pretty good. I'm content with how the parts look. So I sectioned out my next row of hair. I'm just going to show you how I prep and moisturize that section of hair for braiding. So I go ahead and get some of that stronghold gel, and I define that part to make sure that the hair that's tied away does not interfere with the hair that I'm braiding. If you've braided your own hair before, you know that sometimes you'll pick your hair that's not in the part and your parts will look raggedy as a result. So I just use some gel to slick it the opposite direction to keep it out the way. And then I go ahead with this Cantu Moisture Seal Dry Deny Gel Oil just to moisturize the entire section of hair. And I actually use this on the individual sections of the braids as well, but I don't show that in the video. But I just go ahead and section out my hair, and I'm doing the brick method, so the parts are stacked like bricks so that it helps look more full and more aesthetically pleasing. So I use a stronghold gel to tighten up the roots of the hair to make sure that the roots are nice and slick and all the hair is in the braid. So I'm just going to apply it all at the roots of the hair. So because the key to protective styles is moisture, I'm going to use some shea butter to seal in the moisture of the ends of my hair as well as the rest of the hair shafts, and just make sure that my hair is thoroughly saturated in the shea butter for the braiding. So I'm going to do this again in slower motion, but I'm just going to show you the method really quickly. As I separate the hair into 3 sections, I add in the hair extension in between 2 of the 3 sections. I braid twice until I get back to my left hand, separate that 3rd section, and put the hair extension in between the 2nd section and the 3rd section, and give both of those sections a half of the hair extension. See? And then I'm going to braid it again, get back to my left hand just to rotate the hair sections. And for the 3rd time and final time, I'm going to add a 3rd hair extension in between those 2 sections and continue braiding it in. I know the braids on the side of my hair look crazy. Don't worry, I redid those off camera. So here it is again. I have my braid section already moisturized, and I separated into the 3 sections I'm going to braid with. And I'm left-handed, so I'm going to start with the left hand. I have my pointer finger and my thumb ready to grasp the braid hair extension, and then I separate that 3rd section over just to make sure it's out of the way while I add that hair extension in between. And I kind of do like the scissor method to make sure that it's nice and tight. I grab 1/2 of the hair extension to the hair on my left hand, and then the other half to the section on the right. And then I'm going to braid twice to get back to my left hand, and then just repeat the process. Bring that right section over. If you're right-handed, it'll probably be your left section, but I'm left-handed, so I use my left hand. And then I'm going to add the hair extension in between those 2 sections. 1/2 of the hair extension goes to the left, and the other half goes to the right. Add it in there and just braid tightly. And then I'm going to go back to the left hand for the 3rd and final time. Each braid gets 3 hair extensions, and just to make sure that they're even, 6 divided by 3 is 2. Anyway, I'm gonna add in that last hair extension. 1/2 goes to the left, the other half goes to the right. And so now all of the sections are already even. And I like this method because the braids are already going to be nice and even. You don't have to worry about sharing hair to make up for when your hair runs out. And all the braids are going to be nice and even. As you can see, the braids look nice and professional from the jump. It's no bulges, no bumps, no lumps in the braids because the hair is already nice and evened out from the even hair extensions that I added in. So at the ends of the hair, when my hair is about to run out, I just add in that conditioning gel. I remember I told you use 2 different types of gel. I used a softer, more conditioning gel to just re-moisturize my ends to make sure that they don't stick out of the braid and to make sure that they're thoroughly moisturized in the braid. So that is quickly how I accomplished my own knotless braids hairstyle on myself by myself. I hope you guys got some inspiration to try it on your own. And if you did try this hairstyle on your own, go ahead and comment below. Let me know. Tag me on Instagram, your hairstyle, and subscribe to my channel because I got some good content coming up and I don't want you guys to miss it, okay? So thank you guys for tuning into this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.